You remember that night? Same car, same road. You sat right there beside me. And somehow, before anything even started, we already knew this wasn't gonna end well. You looked outside while the music played low, fingers tracing circles on your phone. I kept both hands tight on the wheel, trying to hide the things I could already feel. We talked about love like two broken souls, acting grown while losing control. You said people like us never last too long, and smiled after saying something that wrong. And honestly, that should've been the warning sign, but pain looks beautiful sometimes, especially when somebody finally understands the silence you carry inside your head. I think that's what got me. Not your face, not your voice, just the feeling that maybe you were as lonely as me.
We gave each other one small chance, a fragile little hopeless dance. Two tired hearts inside one car, pretending broken things aren't hard.
And even then we knew somehow this love will probably burn us down. But lonely people do strange things when somebody finally makes them feel seen. You laughed when I missed the highway turn, said, see, you nervous already? I tried acting calm, but my chest felt strange, like my whole life quietly started changing. You told me stories about your past, about people leaving too fast, and every sentence sounded like someone learning not to trust life. I should've drove you home that night, kept the story small and light, but instead we kept talking till almost dawn, like two strangers scared to be alone.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, probably not.
Still we gave each other one small chance, even knowing how these stories end. No promises, no forever plans, just two lonely souls pretending.
Maybe we were dumb, maybe we were young, maybe we just needed somebody to sit beside us for a while. Funny thing is, the beginning always feels harmless. Nobody sees the ending when they first fall. Nobody hears the future arguments, the crying, the distance, the goodbye. Back then, it was just you beside me in that seat, and somehow that felt enough. Now every time I drive alone at night, I still glance at the passenger side, like memory built a home in there and never really left. That old car heard everything first, our fears, our jokes, our almost love words. And if I'm honest, after all this time, part of me still lives in that night.
We should have listened to ourselves.
But maybe some people are meant to happen,
Even if they're not meant to stay.
Back then, we didn't even call it love yet. It was just you texting me first, me driving to see you. Long nights that felt a little less empty. You call me late, asking what I'm doing. I say nothing much, even though I was waiting. Then we talk about random things for hours, movies, old songs, people we hated. And honestly, none of it was deep at first. We weren't healing each other, we were just distracting the hurt. You laugh at things that weren't that funny, yeah, that cooler than I really was. Two lonely people getting comfortable inside a feeling that looked enough like love.
We were just trying not to feel alone, trying to
Find somewhere that felt like home. Late conversations, half-hearted jokes, two tired hearts moving slow. And maybe it wasn't love back then, maybe we just needed someone to stay a little longer than the rest. soft and hold the silence with us. I remember waiting outside your place, watching your shadow through the window shades. You come running out apologizing late, and somehow that became my favorite part of the day. We'd eat cheap food inside my car, talk about dreams that felt too far. You said you hated people getting close, but slowly you stopped sitting so far apart. Sometimes we go quiet for minutes straight, not awkward, just safe, like neither one of us needed to pretend to be happier than we really were.
I think I'm getting used to you.
Yeah, me too.
We were just trying not to feel alone.
Two broken people learning something slow. No forever talks, no promises made. Just little comfort in the way. And every night before you slept, you'd always say, text me when you get home. Funny how something so simple could make somebody feel loved. Maybe that's how it starts sometimes. Not fireworks, not destiny, just two people making each other's loneliness quieter. Looking back now, I think those were the softest days. Before love became heavy, before fear ruined things. Back when your hand touching mine still felt new. Back when we didn't know how much we'd eventually mean to each other.
We weren't in love yet,
but we were already becoming
someone important
in each other's lives.
You know what's weird?
What?
I think I'm actually happy lately.
Yeah. We started taking pictures everywhere we went. Little blurry moments that made no sense. Your head leaning light against my shoulder, my hoodie wrapped around you, and nights got colder. And suddenly the world felt softer. Somehow you fixed my hair and laugh out loud. I swear even silence sounded sweet whenever you were sitting next to me. We drive nowhere for hours straight. The sex is just to stay awake, singing random songs completely off key, like nobody else existed except you and me. Maybe this was love after all, hidden inside the smallest moments. Your fingers tangled up with mine, like somehow we finally belong somewhere. And every time you looked at me, I felt something peaceful in my chest, like life stopped trying to hurt me for just a little while.
You smile more now?
Probably because of you. We started sleeping closer than before. Your clothes scattered across my floor. Sunday mornings wrapped in lazy light. Your sleepy voice saying, stay tonight. And God, your kiss felt dangerous back then, the kind that makes a lonely man believe maybe life ain't finished yet. We travel with no real plans at all, tiny hotels and missed phone calls, drunk conversations at 2 a.m. saying things sober hearts never confess.
I don't want this to end
and stay a little longer.
Maybe this was love after all, not perfect, just honest enough.
Two damaged hearts holding tight,
try and learn how to trust.
and every little memory still glows. Your laugh, your touch, your sleepy eyes. Back when forever felt possible inside those temporary nights. But even beautiful things carry shadows. We just couldn't see them yet. Sometimes you get jealous over little things, questions hiding underneath your speech. I get quiet instead of reassuring you, and somehow the silence started growing too. But back then we still knew how to fix it. One long hug and a stupid kiss, and suddenly all the heavy feelings smile again.
You promise you won't leave.
I'll try.
You always do this.
Do what?
Act like nothing's wrong.
We stopped laughing the same way somehow. Small little things turning loud. Late replies became arguments. Every word carried hidden tension. You'd ask me questions already upset, not looking for truth, just regret. And I got tired of explaining myself, so I just go quiet and make it worse. Now every night felt unpredictable. 1 minute love, next minute distant. We'd sit together staring at walls, too stubborn to fix anything at all.
Same fight again,
Same tears again. Say we're done, then come back again. Breaking each other just to feel close. Loving so hard till it hurt the soul. And every goodbye lost meaning slowly, 'cause we both knew neither one would leave. So we turned pain into routine, like chaos was part of being in love.
you never tell me how you feel.
Because every time I do, we fight.
Then maybe you don't love me enough.
See? This is what I mean. We broke up almost every other week, blocked each other just to secretly peek at stories, songs, who's online late, like hurting each other became our way to stay. Then one of us will finally call, soft voice breaking through the wall. Can we just talk around 2 a.m. and somehow we become us again? It started feeling less like love, more like fear of giving up. 'Cause somewhere underneath the pain, we still couldn't handle being strangers.
Same fight again, same scars again. Hold each other, then fall apart again. You cry, I leave, then I come back slow, like neither one knows how to let go. And every promise sounded weaker, every apology felt thinner.
But loneliness scared us more than pain, so we stayed again and again.
You don't understand me.
You never listen,
I'm tired.
then leave.
Why are you crying now?
Sometimes after all the shouting stopped, you lay your head against my chest, still sniffling, still angry, but holding me like you were scared. And honestly, those moments destroyed me the most. 'Cause even while we were breaking apart, I could still feel how much we loved each other, just not in a healthy way anymore.
I don't want to lose you.
I think we're already losing ourselves.
Same fight again,
Same night again.
two broken hearts trying to pretend
That love alone could save this mess.
even while destroying what we had left.
Maybe we stayed too long, maybe we confused pain for passion.
Maybe we just didn't know
How to love without hurting each other.
I'll call you tomorrow.
You ever stay in something, not because it still makes you happy, but because you don't know who you are without it anymore. We stopped talking about little things. Now every conversation feels serious. Money, distance, future, timing. Problems bigger than both of us. You'd stare at me waiting for answers, like I was supposed to know how to save this. But honestly, I've been lost for a long time too. And lately when we sit together, it feels less like love, more like two exhausted people trying not to disappoint each other.
Do you still think this can work?
I don't know anymore.
We can't hold on,
But we can't let go. Somewhere along the way, love became pressure in our souls. Now every dream feels because we're happy, just scared of the emptiness after goodbye. Remember when forever sounded beautiful? Now forever just sounds exhausting, like carrying something fragile uphill, knowing eventually it's gonna break anyway. We started planning lives we couldn't reach, talking about homes we never see, children rings moving away, trying to give meaning to all this pain. But reality keeps pulling harder, and love alone feels smaller and smaller. I can feel it slowly collapsing, even while we're still holding hands.
So what are we even doing now?
I think we're just surviving each other. No more screaming, no more dramatic fights, just silence, heavy silence, the kind that sits between two people who already know the ending, but still sleep beside each other anyway. Sometimes I look at you and I miss the version of us from before love became responsibility, before every touch carries sadness underneath. You still reach for my hand sometimes, and I still hold yours automatically, but neither one of us smiles after anymore, like even comfort got tired too. And honestly, I don't think either of us are bad people. We just stay too long inside something already breaking. We can't hold on,
But we can't move on.
every day feels like another goodbye that never fully comes.
And maybe that's the cruelest part, not losing love all at once, but feeling it slowly disappear.
While you're still together.
Do you think we're wasting our lives?
I think we both stopped asking if this relationship was healthy a long time ago. Now it's just us, still here somehow. We don't fight the same anymore. Now we just get quiet and ignore long pauses sitting in the room, like both of us too tired to lose. Some nights you scroll your phone for hours, while I stare blankly at the ceiling. No kisses before going to sleep.
Still,
Somehow you're next to me. And honestly, maybe this isn't love in its purest form. Maybe it's just two damaged souls finding comfort in familiar pain.
'cause even if this hurts sometimes,
At least you're still by my side. Maybe that sounds sad, I know, but emptiness scares me more.
so we hold on without saying why.
Two tired hearts just passing time, not happy, not gone,
Just somewhere in between. Do you think we stay together because we love each other, or because we don't know how to be alone anymore?
maybe both. We stopped expecting things to change, stopped trying hard to rearrange all the broken parts between us. Now we just live around the damage, but there's still little moments sometimes. You falling asleep against my arm, me fixing your hair without thinking, like muscle memory from old love songs. And in those tiny seconds, everything almost feels okay again. Not perfect, just quiet enough to breathe. 'Cause even if this love feels tired, it still keeps the cold away at night. And maybe we lost what we used to be, but at least you still reach for me. We're not chasing forever now, we're just surviving day by day somehow, holding pain with familiar hands. 'Cause loneliness hurts worse than this. I think people would judge us if they knew how long we stayed inside something already broken, but they don't understand. Sometimes love stops feeling beautiful and starts feeling necessary.
There are days I almost stop caring, too exhausted to overthink, too numb to keep questioning whether this is right or wrong anymore.
I just know when you're not around, the room feels strange and incomplete, like even sadness became part of home. And I don't know how to live without it. So if this is all we
Can be now,
two people holding each other
loosely,
while slowly falling apart, then maybe
for now.
that's enough.
You still staying tonight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is the first time. I'm not leaving because I'm angry. I'm leaving because I genuinely have nothing left inside me anymore. We used to fight and still hold on. Now even fighting feels too long. I look at you and all I feel is how tired my soul has become. Not tired of you, just tired in general. Tired of trying to save something that keeps collapsing in my hands. And honestly, I think I stayed away longer than I should have, because I kept hoping one day we'd wake up and stop hurting each other. But pain became my normal and love became survival, and I don't wanna live like that anymore.
So this time,
I think I'm really gone, not to teach you lessons, not to see if you'll chase me home. I'm just too tired now, too tired to keep rebuilding us when every version breaks again inside the same cold silence.
so why did you come into my life then?
I don't know.
Why did you hold me that way? Why did you make me believe in this? You gave me hope when I had none left, and now you're the one destroying it.
Do you know how cruel that feels to lose the person who became my safe place? Why is the person I love the most also the one hurting me the deepest? I never wanted to hurt you,
But you did, again and again.
I know, and maybe that's why I have to leave now, because love shouldn't feel like slowly drowning. It shouldn't turn two people into ghosts. I stopped recognizing myself months ago. Stopped sleeping right, stopped feeling calm. Every day started feeling heavier. Just waking up became exhausting, and the saddest part is I still love you somewhere inside all this. I'm just no longer strong enough to keep carrying what we became.
So this time, don't wait for me. Don't stay awake, hoping I'll call again, because I already know if I come back, we'll just bleed slower.
And maybe leaving hurts less than watching us destroy each other forever. Maybe love sometimes means finally putting the weight down.
I hate you for this,
I know,
but I still love you.
that's the problem. I think some people need not to stay forever, but to change each other permanently. And maybe that's what we were, a lesson that lasted too long, a beautiful thing that slowly became unbearable. I'll remember the good parts, I promise I will, but I can't keep dying inside this relationship just because we're afraid of goodbye.
Please don't go.
It's strange how somebody can become your entire routine, and then one day you're just supposed to continue life without them like nothing happened. The first few weeks felt unreal somehow. I kept expecting you to come back around. Every notification made my chest react, even knowing it probably wasn't you. I still opened our old conversations, reading messages like they were medicine, looking for proof that we were real, that I didn't imagine all those years. Sleep became difficult after you left. Too much silence inside my head. Some nights I drive for no reason at all, just to avoid going home to myself. And while I was learning how to survive without you, you were already learning how to smile again. I stayed stuck stuck inside our memories, while you slowly became someone new. Still waiting for a message that never came, still hoping you might say my name. But life kept moving around me, even when I couldn't move on from us. I heard from somebody you've been doing okay, going out more, laughing these days. And honestly, part of me felt relieved hearing that, but another part broke quietly, because it sounded like you were healing faster than me, like losing us destroyed me more deeply. Maybe that's unfair to think, maybe you cried when nobody saw, maybe you suffered too, just differently than I did. Still, it hurt imagining your new life, a version of your world that no longer had me inside it.
You'll be okay eventually.
Yeah, eventually. I tried distracting myself from honest new places, people, out of rooms, but somehow every conversation ended with me comparing strangers to you. Nobody laughs the same, nobody listens the same, nobody ever feels familiar enough to make the loneliness quieter. And God, I hated how badly I wanted one text from you, just one stupid "how are you?" would've probably ruined all my healing again, but you never sent it. And maybe that was mercy, while you were building mornings without me, I was still surviving nights with your memory, trying not to call, trying not to fall apart again. And little by little I understood, some people leave your life completely, even while you're still loving them quietly. From a distance they'll never see. I used to think heartbreak was loud, crying, screaming, dramatic goodbyes. But real heartbreak is smaller than that. It's checking your phone in the middle of the night, knowing nobody's there. I think the hardest part wasn't losing you, it was watching life continue afterward. The sun's still rising, people still laughing, songs still playing. Meanwhile I was carrying the world that ended privately inside me. But maybe healing starts there, not when you start missing someone, but when you finally accept they're no longer missing you the same way. I hope your new life is gentle with you, even if it no longer has room for me. Hey, you don't have to worry about me anymore. Really, I'm okay now. I don't check my phone the same these days, don't replay old memories till they ache. Your name still passes through my mind sometimes, but softly now, like distant light. There's no anger left inside my chest, no heavy sadness keeping me awake. Just little moments here and there where memory quietly visits again. Like seeing someone from far away, with your kind of walk, your kind of face. And for 1 second my heart reacts, before my mind gently laughs it back. So baby, don't worry anymore, I finally put that pain to rest. There's still a little missing you sometimes, but it no longer breaks my chest. Now when I think about our story, I don't cry the way I used to do. I just smile at how two lonely people mistook pain for something beautiful. I think we really loved each other, just not in the way we needed. We were searching for peace inside ourselves, but tried finding it in another person instead. And maybe that's why we held on so long, even while slowly falling apart. Because being needed felt comforting, even if it was hurting both our hearts. Now life feels quieter somehow, not happier every single day, just calmer, like my soul finally stopped running in circles.
Do you still think about me sometimes?
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt anymore. So baby, don't worry anymore. I'm not waiting by the door. Your memory became something gentle now, not a wound I carry anymore. And every now and then I'll see a stranger who reminds me of you, and smile in my own foolish heart for believing we would forever too. Funny thing about time, it doesn't erase people. It just changes the way they live inside you. I used to think moving on meant forgetting, but maybe it's something softer than that. Maybe it's remembering without collapsing, remembering and still being able to breathe normally afterward. And honestly, I'm grateful now for the good nights, the long drives, the stupid arguments, the way you once looked at me like I mattered. Because even if we failed for a little while, we made each other feel less alone. Take care of yourself, alright? And don't worry about me anymore. I finally learned how to let you go gently. I'm okay now.